Hi guys, Luca here from Sabre Airsoft, back again with the VMP2. Just got back yesterday from another, quite frankly, amazing day with this thing. I should have some footage ready to go as well from that through using my new head cam, which proved to be quite good. Only downside is you can't see a lot of the time who I'm shooting at because I'm just shooting at really extreme ranges with this. So I'm going to try and put a few clips in, possibly in this video, possibly now. I haven't decided yet at the time of recording. But I'll try and put some of that footage in here so you can see what this is actually like out in the field.
Oh, we'll just play child bowling.
I should probably advise you, I am currently recording.
That's fine.
Okay, that's going in the video.
I have kids. It's great.
There we go, Welsh Government, this one.
It's alright, you can't see my face.
What I wanted to talk about today was the issue of the barrels. This is the barrel it comes with and the one that I've replaced. The issue is that they claim in all of their promotional material, press releases, etc. that this is a VSR spec barrel. Now what I think they meant by that is the hop window is a VSR spec hop window with appropriate notch here. Because this is a gas blowback barrel. This is not a VSR spec barrel. If you try and put a VSR spec barrel inside of this, you're not going to be able to. Not without some modification. I'm going to show you that modification now. And the reason I was so happy to just try it and see if it worked is because Vorsk did do something right, which is they made all the parts available and the replacement hop unit is quite inexpensive. So let's get this apart. I also got myself the proper barrel nut here for this handguard here, which I will be swapping over after I have taken some more detailed measurements of the hop unit so I can design a better one that will actually fit a VSR barrel, not a gas blowback barrel, possibly another variant that does also fit that. Anyway, let's get this all off. I need some screwdrivers. I've got in here at the minute a maple leaf barrel, VSR spec, 430 millimeters, which is the correct length for this, not 410, it's 430, in case someone tells you that. I think I'd remember what the size of these are by now. They are freeze. Apparently I have not taken this off enough for me to remember. This is at the minute essentially a VMP2-D because I put the power down nozzle in there as I was going slightly tighter bore barrel, and as you can see, orange, that's the slightly lower power one, that's about 1.7 joules I believe. I might be wrong on that. I will put on the screen if I am. And the only difference between the D and the MD really is the nozzle and the handguard. That is it. They are exactly the same otherwise. Okay, that's that. That slides off. No wobble, good. I need this armorer's wrench. If you're going to be doing this, you need this armorer's wrench with the C clamp style end to it. Goes that way. It's never on there very tight. This is on here a little bit tight because the modifications we did weren't quite enough, but it did work. Come on, off you come. Might need to leverage that. There we go. Tougher than it should have been. But when you're doing it, trying to grind stuff off on site, it's hard to be perfect. The O-ring under the hop adjustment wheel worked wonders. I'm half tempted to go down another 1/2 mil because I find it's a bit tough to move when it's at the appropriate depth. But it did work. I will say that much. There was no random movement from it. That's the hop. As you can see, that is not the original barrel. That is a solid barrel. The reason why I wanted to replace it is put simply. Let's see if I can get it on camera. You can see that solid break inside of it. Hopefully that comes through okay. That solid line, where is it? It's a bit, as I say, it's a bit hard to see on camera, but if you've got one, you'll be able to see it yourself. That's this point here where the two parts join. As I say, this is Loctite closed at the minute. However, that big gap inside the barrel causes inaccuracy at extreme ranges. And I emphasize at extreme ranges, which is what I like to shoot at. I like to really push it to the absolute limit when it comes to the range of my replicas. So, on to the modifications that I did. Very simple, we just basically took a Dremel to it. Now I was worried about the barrel rotating inside the hop-up unit. And I've just loosened that off, and there's a tiny bit of rotation, but almost none. When it's tightened down, there is no rotation, so that's not a concern. It's not ideal. It is technically, theoretically possible for it to rotate, but that's where my new hop-up that I'm working on should hopefully fix that problem. So, the modification. Inside here, you'll find ridges that index with the notches inside on the end outside of this barrel. All I've done is zip them off. Not very well, but enough that I could get it closed. That's all I did. And look what it's look at how dirty this hop rubber is getting. And that's actually all coming from the bolt. It's not too much of an issue. I clean all of my replicas after each use. But it is worth noting that until all of the paint comes off of the points of where it's going to wear, you are going to get that on there. I know a few people who know Ross, the lead, creative lead at Vorsk, and I have reached out through them to try and get some answers about why there's that disparity on all the material, advertising material, saying it's a VSR spec barrel when it is clearly not. For those unaware, you can see the differences in the notches. Even the notch that is right by the hop window is in a different position. This is a VSR spec barrel, that is not. So hopefully I'll have an answer from Vorsk soon, and we'll be able to... It's my belief that, honestly, that was their original intention, and they did a last-minute change as some of the shorter variants. Obviously, you can't get VSR spec barrels for short, like too short of a barrel. So they wanted to make it as compatible with as many different barrels as possible. So they went for gas blowback spec, but never updated all of their materials. That's a very simple, easy thing that can happen. So I'm not mad. I just would like some clarity onto the decision making there. Anyway, that's it for this video. Nice and short one. Catch you on the next one.